Good morning, everyone. Today I will be presenting on contemporary new social movements in India from 2020 to 2026. This topic helps us understand how protest politics in India has changed in recent years, especially with the rise of digital activism and identity based movements. Now, coming to the concept of new social movements, new social movements emerged after the 1970s. Unlike traditional movements which are focused on class and economic issues, these new social movements focus on identity, rights, dignity, and environment. Scholars like Ellen Touraine and Jürgen Habermas explain that these movements are about recognition and quality of life. So the key shift is from economic redistribution to social recognition. Now, the key features of new social movements are NSMs have some distinct features which are issue specific like gender, environment, or citizenship. They are leaderless and network based, often recognized through social media. They are mostly non-violent and use symbolic protests. Because they are flexible and decentralized, they mobilize people quickly but sometimes lack unity and long-term coordination. Now the next slide shows the evolution of these movements. Earlier movements were class based, focusing on workers and peasants. Then identity based movements emerged based on caste, gender, and ethnicity. Today we see digital and hybrid new social movements. So the shift is clear from economic issues to identity to digital activism. Now some of the recent new social movements are the farmers movement of 2020 to 21 and 2024 to 25. The farmers movement is one of the most significant contemporary new social movements in India. Farmers oppose the three farm laws, fearing privatization, loss of minimum support price, and corporate control over agriculture. The nature was that it was largely peaceful, decentralized, and sustained protests, especially at Delhi borders like Singhu and Tikri. Farmers, mainly from Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP, along with unions and civil society groups, participated. In 2021, the government repealed the farm laws, showing the power of sustained mobilization. Now, the recent phase shows farmers again mobilized, demanding legal guarantee of minimum support price and better agricultural policies. Now, why it is a new social movement? Because it combines economic issues with identity like farmers' dignity, etc., and uses both physical protest and digital mobilization. Now the next slide deals with anti-caste movement of 2019 to 2020. This movement emerged against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Protesters argued that the law was discriminatory and violated secular principles. The unique feature of this is that there was strong participation of women, especially at the Shahin Bagh in Delhi, use of constitution, national flag, and preamble readings as protest tools, and nationwide protest across universities and cities. It marked a shift towards constitutional and rights-based protests where citizens actively defended democratic values. Now the next is gender and identity movements of 2018 to 2025. For these movements, the Me Too movement, which was from 2018 to 2025, focused on exposing sexual harassment, especially in workplaces and media. They used digital platforms for storytelling and accountability. It created pressure for institutional reforms and awareness. The feminist protest of 2020 to 25, issues of women's safety, justice in rape cases, workplace equality. Public protest after major incidents helped sustain attention on gender violence. These movements show how digital activism and personal narratives can challenge power structures. Now, about the transgender movement of 2019 to 2026, which is linked to landmark Nalsa versus Union of India judgment, which recognized transgender persons as a third gender. And 2026 protest was against the removal of self-identification rights. It combines legal advocacy with grassroots mobilization. It represents a strong identity-based movement focused on dignity, recognition, and inclusion. Now the next is youth, caste, and identity movements. These movements reflect the concerns of India's growing youth population. During the COVID phase of 2020 to 22, protests were there over cancellation of exams, online exams, and unequal access to digital resources. Post-COVID movements shifted to unemployment, delayed recruitment, and lack of opportunities. Now, the recent phase of 2025 to 26, issues of paper leaks, technical glitches, biometric failures, wrong exam centers, etc. And it affected exams of SSC, NEET, CUET, and various state exams. And the Jantar Mantar, Ramlila Maidan in Delhi were the protest sites. Digital campaigns like hashtag is SSC mismanagement gained traction. Now it shows aspirational frustration and the role of digital mobilization in youth politics. Now the next is Dalit assertion movements. Dalit assertion movements focused on social justice, dignity, and representation. It also shows protest against caste discrimination, violence, and inequality, which demanded better implementation of reservation policies and equal opportunities. Now the next is environmental and civic movements. It was led largely by youth and civil society movements. Issues of air pollution, deforestation, climate change, urban environmental degradation. Methods used are protest, awareness campaigns, legal activism, social media mobilization, etc. And they connect local issues like pollution in cities with global climate concerns, making them a part of global movement. Okay, now the overall understanding of this is that across all these movements, some common patterns emerge, which shows shift from economic issues to identity and dignity, strong use of digital platforms, leaderless and decentralized structures, and focus on rights recognition and participation. So the path forward is that future impact depends on policy outcomes and the ability of movements to sustain pressure beyond initial mobilization, which bridges protest with institutional change. Thank you.